y una semana fuera de nuestras casas. Y esto más que todo es un update de lo que está pasando en el edificio. A Alex, que es el que está trabajando en el fire alarm, todavía le falta hacer como unas 2 semanas de trabajo. El water pump se supone que tienen que hacerlo trabajar mañana, tienen que tratarlo de trabajar mañana. El generador todavía no se va a rentar hasta que todos esos trabajos estén continuados. Todavía no tenemos un propósito para el aire acondicionado. Yo no pertenezco al board, por si acaso. Pero sí tenemos un abogado, tenemos un ingeniero y tenemos un project manager, que todavía no nos han mandado ni el contrato, no lo hemos visto. Los propósitos de todo lo que estaban haciendo no existen. Digo, los contratos no existen, pero sí hay propósitos. No sabemos lo que va a pasar con el techo, con los pisos, con las ventanas. No nos informan nada. Hay una completamente lack of information. No hay una transparencia de parte del board. Estamos pagando un assessment de $538,000 que por lo menos deberían de tener un plan y no tenían nada cuando ellos nos sacaron del edificio. Es que cuando recién ellos han empezado a trabajar en todo.
So in English, as you guys are understanding, we have diligently, many of us have been coming here not to check on our apartments, but to check on what's going on with the building. And it's like pulling people's hair to find out what we need to know.
Right.
I just got a text from the president because I texted her because she's not in the chat. And I'll try and say what she wrote. She says, "Thank you, Carmen, for writing to me. Yesterday, the attorneys told us to get out of the chat, that we are not to talk about anything because it could be used against us." So they're afraid. Every time I say something, the people here use it against me and put words in my mouth. Maria was stating a fact that she was told that the people that were cleaning our apartments, they resigned, but she was told that they left over
10 days ago, and she told me in my face, and I have witnesses, so I'm not inventing things.
So besides the point, every time we want to find out something from the board of directors, they only use us on a need-to-know basis, which is nothing. There hasn't been a meeting for us. They're doing their own meetings. Yesterday when I went there, I knocked on the door and they wouldn't let me in because they said they were in a meeting. And I said, I'm an owner and I'm entitled and I can come into this meeting as a board.
Absolutely.
They did not let me in. The only person was the girl that's our owner of Floor. She was there because she works there now. And that's an interest of conflict of interest. We should not have her there because she's obviously in there for a reason.
Yes.
And that's all I know. So I was not allowed to be in this meeting yesterday. So I do not know what they were talking about, but all I know is that they wouldn't let me in there. So at this moment, we don't have any contracts, and if we did, they're proposals, is what we found out. The gentleman that's been working here, making over $400,000, has been working without contract. He's been working with proposals. And I think that's illegal to have people work here without an actual agreement between the board of directors. The management company is supposed to be also involved with this, and we're just giving money away. We've all been giving assessment money all this time, and yet we don't have a generator. We don't have the building in order.
Right.
So the money we're still given is being used for paying our security, paying for other things that were not used for what is actually needed. So you all should be upset about this and should be speaking your mind. You should be calling the management company. You should be complaining. If you don't complain, we're never going to come back home.
Absolutely.
You got to demand the board of directors to put in their time all together. They're talking through Zoom. The vice president is in Argentina. She's working remotely from her house in Argentina. How does that help us get back home, guys? How does that help us? Then you've got the president who does not want to show her face to anybody. She keeps telling us things that are just, making it worse for herself.
Yeah.
there's too much going on, guys. So we have to plan on doing things. I personally am asking for proposals for the structure of the building, and I'll submit it to the management company. I've asked Darren as well for his advice because he's an expertise in that. Maria, she comes, we're all learning this. I'm not an engineer, I'm not an attorney, I'm just an owner, but I'm learning all this now. By the end of the day, I might become one of them, you know?
How can we remove the current board?
You have to do a recall, which Maria can explain that.
Yeah,
You need to take out the board.
okay.
If you guys agree to it.
I have 3 things that I wanted to ask everybody. The one thing was, please do not sell your apartments. Don't go down. We are down already. Don't sell your apartments. There is a lot of sharks, a lot of barracudas around, shopping around. Okay,
Yeah.
please do not sell because they're gonna give you only a little bit of money, and then this building is in a good area, so don't sell it.
Yeah.
It has a lot of potential.
Yes.
Another thing was those 3 cars. If anybody knows who those 3 cars belong, the van, the red car, and the other, please remove it. Something happens with those cars, we're gonna be responsible because it's in our property. So they shouldn't remove from the beginning. I don't know why the board. I asked, no answer, like always. And the last thing, like I wanted to suggest everybody was to do a recall on the board. I was advised by Mr. Julio Robina to do a recall because all this is happening. And he told me that he was gonna guide me step by step to do that. So if we all agree, we can start. We need like a 75 votes.
78.
78 votes for the recall. Yes, Larry.
If you don't mind me asking, in my understanding, the state of Florida won't let you do a recall within 90 days of an election, and we have an
So we
election
are.
schedule. So I don't think that's, is it possible? And did he mention a way around that?
He said that it's a kind of emergency.
No, you can't do this.
Yeah, that's what he said. So I don't know if it's able or not. I just talked to him a week ago, and that's what he told me.
As far as I know, I already looked into it.
Okay.
If I can say,
Emergency. That emergency not the agreement.
Go ahead.
all right, guys. First of all, I do have my unit for sale, and I took that decision because I felt convinced that that was the building was not going in the right direction. If, based on the information that I got after speaking with the city and speaking with the board of directors and the management company, if I felt it was going in the right direction, I would not have put my unit for sale. As of right now, I'm still convinced that I'm making the right decision. Think very carefully about what you guys are going to do, because right now there are some pretty big players that are getting involved. Okay. First of all, the law firm that's representing us, I don't know who appointed them. They're very good, and they're also very expensive. And I do know that whatever contract they sign with the board of directors, it is bulletproof. And they will not report to the board of directors, they will not report to the management company, they report to themselves. Okay? So right now, if we go ahead and we recall, even if I don't think it's possible, but if we go ahead and we are successful in a recall, we're starting back from zero. There are contracts that have already been signed, there's monies that's already been paid, there's assessments that's already been paid. Sometimes it's better to deal with a broken ship than to deal with a sunken ship.
Yeah.
You know, so just my recommendations is to, you know, think very carefully and to tread
Excuse me,
carefully.
but I mean, we were trying to do the same, try to see if we can sell the apartment
Yep.
with this problem. But they told us that really, we were not going to get anything, especially in the condition that the building was. And I can't remember, the lady who was the secretary right there. I come in one time.
Beatrice.
And she says that she was fighting for some money that they paid to somebody to come in and do some works in the roof or something like that about the light and the electricity and the water here. And the guy, they paid the money first. They give the whole amount of money, like about $45,000 or something like that. I don't know exactly how much. And they've been trying to go after this gentleman. And he said, anyway, I already got my money. If I feel like working, I can work. If you know. And if you sue me, what I'll do is close this company, open another one with another name, and forget about your money.
Can you tell
Yeah.
the name of the guys who doing the work on the building, please?
I can't remember because I didn't thought about it. I come because he's my uncle. He's really the owner. My mother, before this whole thing,
Welcome
sold
to
the
the way
apartment.
work, reality works.
I know, exactly.
That's the way it works.
Okay, I know, and I mean, I've been trying, and he knows I've been trying for him to get out of here, but he don't want to. But I mean, at the same time, I'm supposed to be heard, the one who inherit whatever he has, right? Whatever he gets, and
When this whole mess happened, I asked very specific questions to the board and to the management company and to everyone else. And the only way this problem is going to get fixed is if the work is done, permits are pulled, contracts are signed.
if they do it right,
And right now there's only people pushing paper and there's no one out there. There's too
Yeah.
many chiefs, there's no Indians.
and no Indian, and the money
and the
they
Indians
pay
that are out
first
there don't know what they're
before.
doing.
They pay always first before they started
The
doing
people that are
the
out
job.
there, they don't know what they're
And-
doing. They're unqualified, they're unlicensed.
I mean, excuse me, I don't know if she remember. I spoke to
No,
her
the
with her
workers,
mom.
whoever's-
The workers.
Yeah, who's been doing all the work
Yeah.
from before.
I
Well, like
spoke
for-
to
You're
her
saying the board, right?
with her when the whole mess started.
Right.
Because my mother was living right here for a long time, and he's been living right here for a long time. And we knew a lot of the people, always an assessment for this, an assessment for that, and nothing was done. And all of a sudden, the people who were getting the assessment, they're gone. No money.
well,
No money.
Respectfully, I want to tell you and everyone else that in the past you guys should have been a little bit more involved in the meetings. And, you
I
know,
was in the meeting, and I mean, they hate me. They really hate me because I used to open my mouth.
I had the pleasure of being on an owner's WhatsApp group for 24 hours, and I asked a very simple question: why are you going to pressure wash and paint a roofing system that is rated for 25 years of life? The last permit that was pulled on this building was in 1996, which makes the roof exactly 25 years. Applying silicone and pressure washing it's okay to extend the life if you're at 15 years and the roof is showing signs of wear. Okay? They paid somebody $110,000 after 25 years to go ahead and put lipstick on a pig. I think that was my exact words. Okay? And when I mentioned that, I was attacked viciously, and I took myself out of the group because I don't need that shit.
Exactly.
They don't
You know,
want-
you're
if they don't
trying
want
to
us to
guide the
help them
people,
in
but
any
they
way.
don't listen.
Right.
They don't, or either they don't understand. I don't know too much about those things.
So
But you know, this
the
way-
only thing I could tell you is that I was here a couple weeks ago and I met with the project manager and I met with the GC, and the questions that I asked him were the questions that I was asking from the beginning. I feel that they're now heading in the right direction.
How long is going to take?
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
That's what I can tell you.
Uh-huh.
This is not gonna happen overnight.
Exactly.
If you're planning on getting back here in a month or 2 months, I
No,
wouldn't count
I
on it.
know that because I know that they told us, well, the only thing right now that we know is that there's some people right here that have been living right here for, I don't know, for X amount of years, and they don't even pay 1 penny of the assessment or any 1 penny of the maintenance. I said, what do you mean by this? What did you mean by this? In so many years, they owe 2 apartments and 1 apartment, and nobody even paid a penny of it. Come on.
Looking back, it's not gonna help us right now.
I know.
So do
But
we,
I mean,
I know that we're paying a lot of money for insurance for a building. I mean, is there any way that insurance company can take over and
Well,
help us?
that might be the one good thing that has happened from it, because I'm being told that the same insurance company that's involved in Surfside, they've appointed the same team for our building.
Good news.
So maybe the one good thing they did was pay good insurance. I hope. So that happened
They
today.
can get involved.
My understanding is that happened today. There was a court hearing today, and the judge wants to put Surfside and us together.
Oh, that's good news.
So getting back on track, I understand everything that's been said. Getting back on track, what are we going to do about the board and what are we going to do about the manager? Because the
Your hands
board,
is
the elections are coming up in November.
Right.
So yeah,
we need to vote in November.
But we need to have candidates to vote.
Huh?
Yes.
Go-
We need to know. We need to have candidates.
We need to have candidates and we need to know what we're going to do with the management.
I think in November. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I don't think you can initiate a recall right now.
But that's what I'm saying. If we're not going to go with the recall, then we have to start.
But at least
You
we
need to
can
start
have,
getting candidates together, sure.
Candidates
Sure.
for the
Put a board
budget.
together. Put 5 people who are going to have the interests of the community at heart. 5 people who are not interested in putting money here. I would suggest people who are bilingual, work part-time. If you work full-time, I think you guys should be, unless you're a multitasker like me, I don't think you're going to be able to handle it. And people who live here.
What about management company? What shall we get rid of it?
Yeah,
They're on the contract. You know more
they're
about
still
that
on the
than I do.
contract until March. I think
Expires
in
in
March.
But then I don't know. There's probably
We
a
have
loophole
to
to
terminate
get.
them 3 months before, I believe.
But somebody was mentioning there might be a loophole. That's something that we need to ask the attorneys
I guess.
if that's what we can do.
We can go. We need to get rid of this management company.
Yeah.
We can't wait for that any longer.
Very good.
We wait for the 2 months for the board, but the management, we have to break the contract. That is not, they are not working. There is more than reason to that.
Yeah, they're useless.
I think that the previous board, when they signed up that management company, only signed them up to do accounting, guys. That's why they
That's all
don't do
they're
more.
doing.
That's all they
That's
do.
all they do is
Hi
accounting.
there.
They don't do
Sorry to bother you guys. I'm with CBS 4.
They're not worth it.
And I
This kind of
saw
money
that you guys were
to
talking, and I
accounting.
kind of felt like I could give you the update that I got from the attorneys earlier today.
Yeah, come over here, Rebecca.
So I won't, because I don't want to be in
Okay,
Telemundo
okay,
shot. So they claim that they had a meeting on August 10th where they came up with what needed to be done with the work. They submitted those documents on August 26th to the city of North Miami Beach. And now they claim tomorrow, it says exact words, we're pleased to advise that O&S, who is the architect company, will be filing the necessary permits with the city of North Miami tomorrow, September the 10th. Following the approval of the permits, the work will commence. We fully expect the work necessary to safely reopen the building will be complete by the end of September 2021. I don't know if this is true, but this is what they're telling us. I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you.
There's more information than we've had
That-
from the board
exactly.
and the management company. Thank you.
Yeah, because we've been
Okay, so please let's regroup and start putting 5 names. We're actually gonna need 10 names for the candidates. I suggest to have 5 names for the candidates and 5 more as a committee.
Sorry? Listen, when I do something, I do it right. I don't feel I can give you guys all my energies.
1, 2, 3.
I can be a committee, no a board.
As a committee.
A committee, yeah, but not a
No.
Что это как комедия? Заместитель, что ли, комедия? No Spanish. Oh my God. 27 years. Yeah.
Derek.
Are you interested in being in